This video is about integration by substitution and how it is the reverse chain rule. To watch this video, you will need to already know how to take derivatives, what the chain rule is, and for this video series, you may need to know some basic antiderivatives, such as this one written here. So we're going to go back to the chain rule. And for the chain rule, you usually have some function that's a part of another function. So here we have what we usually call u, that's x squared plus 1. And that u is kind of inside this other function, which is the square roots. So we can see that this u is inside of this outer function. And often the way you kind of see that is compositions of functions, f of u of x. So let's see what the chain rule says for these compositions of functions. If we have a composed function, the chain rule says that if I want to find the derivative with respect to x, I first find the derivative of the outer function with respect to u, so with respect to the function, and then I multiply by the derivative of the inner function with respect to x. So for this one, that outer function would be, the derivative of the whole function, square root of x squared plus 1, would be the derivative of that outer, which is square root of u, with respect to u, times the derivative of that inner, which was x squared plus 1, with respect to x. So the derivative of square root of u is just 1/2 u to the negative 1/2. And then I multiply by the derivative of x squared plus 1, which is just 2x. And that gives me my derivative if I replace my u's with my x's. Now let's just talk about what an antiderivative is. If we want to find the antiderivative of 2x dx, really we're just asking what's that function that if we take its derivative, we get 2x back. So we can kind of say, even without using our rules, that that would be x squared. So we could also kind of write the antiderivative like this. Really, we're just saying we have some derivative and we want to figure out what the original function is. So I have this derivative, the derivative of x squared, and I want to figure out what the function is. So if we look at the chain rule, we have this derivative that was found by using the chain rule, and we want to figure out what the original function is. So we're taking the integral of that derivative. And so this kind of tells us it's important. It's important to kind of figure out what this outer function is with a u and where this derivative of u is. And that can kind of help us get to where we can integrate it and find the antiderivative of f of u. And so that is what we do with U-substitution. We find out which is our u, and then we figure out where is our derivative of u. And this will help us put the integral in terms of the outer function with respect to u, which allows us to integrate the outer function with respect to u to find our antiderivative. And that is it for this video. Hopefully it helped, and I will see you in the next videos where I do some practice problems. Bye.